I hope you didn't fill up too much on that Thanksgiving food because we're going to fill you up with this slate. 12 games. Here we go. Yo! What's happening, everybody? Post-Thanksgiving episode here. Start sits. We've got 12 games on the docket for Week 13. Brendan, how you doing? You survived the mashed potato wars there?
Dude, we had Carne Asada at my house, man. We don't do turkey in this household.
Man,
it pays to marry a Mexican, let me tell you.
Dude, I've spent like 8 years out in Texas. Oh my gosh, that's the one thing I hate about leaving there is like just the Mexican food is just completely different out here.
Yeah, like when I married my wife and like when she first started dating, she went over to my house for Thanksgiving and I'm like, what do you guys do? Like, cause after we had like turkey and stuff, I'm like, oh, what does like your family do? She's like, we do Carne Asada. And I looked at her, I was like, we're never coming to my family's house ever again on Thanksgiving. It's your house and it's never going to change. She's like, what do you mean? I was like, I hate turkey. I think turkey is the worst meal ever.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, we're going to get rid of all the turkeys we have on one day. We're going to spend one day and call it a holiday. No, come on.
No. Carne Asada all day, every day. Twice on Thursday now.
Absolutely. Starting Carne Asada here, and we're sitting turkey, folks. You heard
it
here.
big time. You can cut turkey. You can literally throw it away.
Toss it to the side, as we're going to do with a handful of these games. But you know what, folks? We're dedicated to you. We're going to make sure we get through all 12 of these. So not quite 3 minutes on the clock, but here we go. 7-4 Chargers taking on the 6-5 Falcons. It's a 48-point over-under. The Chargers are favored by 2.5. A little bit of line movement here. And I think I'd agree with it, too, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll start with the Chargers side here. J.K. Dobbins is going to be out this week. So, Brian, are you going to start Gus Edwards?
In a pinch, if you need him, I understand it, but there's nobody on a bye week this week. I'd like to be able to pivot.
The correct answer is no.
Yeah.
Are you going to start Hassan Haskins?
No, I don't.
That's the correct answer. I'm proud of you. All right, Kamani Vidal.
I'll roster Vidal. I'm not starting Vidal.
Okay. All right. I don't mind it. Yeah, it really hurts.
You're over here talking about starting what kind of receivers, and you think Gus Edwards is an auto sit? Come on.
What are you talking about? What receivers am I talking about?
You were wishing you had Nick Westbrook-Akine to play. So
okay, that's because I had Rasheed Rice, Brandon Ayuk, and Deontay Johnson. I was looking like a stud team, and then they just all died, okay? I hate Patrick Mahomes still.
It's rough out there, folks. Yeah, if you really need him, he's there, but we're trying to pivot away from Gus. Bijan's the easiest play in the world, though.
Yeah. Ladd, he doesn't leave your lineup. The dude is a solid, you're guaranteed 5-6 receptions for how many yards? 60 plus. Are you starting Quentin Johnston, though? That's a real question.
I guess if the question is, are you afraid of the 0-5 that he went for Monday night? That's not scaring me off. He's a boom-bust player. He kind of fits in that wide receiver 3, low-end wide receiver 3 for me. He has the potential to get that touchdown and jettison him up into a wide receiver 2 finish. But, he's a boom-bust player, and that's where he sits.
Okay. And then lastly, Will Dissly, yes or no?
He's a streamer. We've got everybody playing this week. You don't have to go that direction. But I love the targets.
All right. Falcon side. Kirk Cousins. Is he appealing to you to start in this game?
No, I like Herbert this week, but not Kirk. Not in this game.
Okay. I'm kind of the same boat. I think with everyone activated, there's no reason to. I think he's like a lower end or high end QB2. Bijan doesn't leave your lineup. Dude's great.
Algier should be rostered, but we're not playing him.
Yep. Drake London, you're starting. Then are you going to start Darnell Mooney? That's the real question.
I'd play Mooney over QJ.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mooney or Romadunze?
You're playing on my heartstrings there. You're tugging on them. I think I'd go Mooney, just like Mooney has been great all season. So let me give it there, but I'm still watching. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Is Kyle Pitts a top 12 tight end this week?
Kyle Pitts is one of 12 tight ends that I have finishing as the tight end 12 this week. Yeah, it's just a mixed bag outside of the top 7, but I'm willing to play him. But I'm not forcing him in.
Who wins?
I want the Falcons to win so bad because they need to. They really need the win, but I've got the Chargers pulling this one off.
I think the Falcons reset after that bad loss against the Broncos.
I hope so, but they lose too many games to good teams, and it kicks me. But it'd be great, especially with the line moving to favor the Chargers. Next up, we got the 8-3 Steelers in a divisional battle with the Bengals, 4-7. It's 48-point over under. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5. This is the weirdest division of good teams, great teams. Who knows? But yeah, let's start with the Bengals there. Joe Burrow, we're playing him.
Oh yeah, you're the dude's. If he was 7-4, we'd be talking about him as an MVP candidate this season. But yeah, regardless of who he faced, the dude's just tough as nails. Putting up like ridiculous numbers, just not the MVP, of course. Could be a potential running back this year. Chase Brown, you're starting him, right?
Yeah, it's a tough matchup against Pittsburgh, but his play in the pass game and the fact that he's getting so much of the work from the Bengals, yeah, absolutely, I'm playing him.
Okay, and then Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, you're both starting him.
Sure.
Mike Gesicki, is he a top 12 tight end?
Not this week. He is when Higgins is out.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I'm not looking that direction.
Yeah, it seems to be just the four guys from the Bengals. I don't think you need to really like. Yoshi Voss is like a really deep play, and I don't even really want to consider it. So
no, not on this. All 32 teams playing.
Yeah. Steelers side, Russ, where is he at in your rankings?
I've got him right around, where is he? Like QB 16 for me. He's like a middling QB 2. I think he has a decent chance just because of the matchup with the Bengals, but then you play in the fact that it is in Cincinnati. It's a divisional matchup. Steelers are running a little hot right now. They've won a few games that I didn't quite know if they would. So, yeah, I think that's why the line's with the Bengals too.
All right. Najee.
You got to play him. Play him.
It's just the work he gets, man. He's just consistently getting enough touches where you kind of have to. Jalen Warren, is he like a flex play for you at all, or are you just not even doing it?
I don't mind him as a flex play. He did get 5 targets last week, pulling in 3 of them, 11 carries, 45 yards, scores a touchdown. I don't mind the matchup with Cincinnati. If we can get enough points, if you believe that this is going to hit the over, I think that Jalen Warren will have some flex play, but I don't mind the pivot.
And then, of course, top 5 wide receiver, George Pickens, doesn't leave your lineup.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for the pass catchers. I'm avoiding Freiermuth.
Really? I think he could be. I think he could finish as a top 12. I think this week he could, with Cincinnati just being a really bad defense.
It's his targets of 4-3-2, 3-2-2, 3-3. Like, you can do better than that. Give me Disley.
You could.
Give me
okay.
Disley.
I don't mind it. Who do you think? Who wins?
Ooh, who wins this one? Yeah, give me Cincinnati.
I'm going to go with the Steelers, man. Cincinnati just seems to shoot themselves in the foot in the worst way possible.
They do, but Russ has a tendency to do that too, and he hasn't done that a whole lot. So maybe we can get that a little here. I want to see that
really
glimmer
need
of
to,
hope
though.
For Zach Taylor to think that he won't get fired, and then we rip it right out from underneath.
If he goes 9-8, do they still fire him?
Dude, they didn't fire Marvin Lewis for a decade and a half when they should have. So I think Zach Taylor, unfortunately, might be back, despite all of my petitioning. Next up, who do we have? It's the 7-5 Texans going against the 2-9 Jags in Jacksonville. 43.5 points. Houston's favored by 4. I mean, they came off the loss to Tennessee last week, and hey, we got Trevor Lawrence back, so I'm a lot more optimism here. I think we can play Jags players, but I think there's 2, and that's it.
Yeah, we'll start with the Jags side. Brian Thomas Jr. is in your lineup. Tremendous talent.
You say that a lot more confidently with Trevor Lawrence this week.
Yeah, for sure. Are you going to start Evan Ingram? Is that your other start? Is that really?
I'll play Evan Ingram. I will play him in this game. Evan Ingram still sees the amount of targets that he does. Come on. Give him to me.
Okay.
You want that or
I guess I'll lead Evan Ingram. My question for you is the running backs. Are you going to start any of them?
I'm not even rostering these guys.
Really? Travis Etienne is not rostered?
Not for me. Not at this point. He gets Tennessee after this, the Jets. I mean, then Tennessee again. You've got Vegas in there. I guess with Trevor Lawrence back, it does give me a little bit more optimism, but I have no optimism at all when it comes to Travis Etienne the rest of the season.
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, I don't want him either. I think Etienne over Tanks Bigsby. It's not like just an Etienne thing. It's more like
I just want to see where you're at with that backfield. Some people are big Bigsby guys, so yeah, I think Etienne is the play if you had to pick one. Texan side, you're not starting Stroud.
I don't mind the play. Most likely, if you're a Stroud owner, you have another quarterback, so you might have a better option. It's just Jacksonville. This is probably the last game that you're going to get to play C.J. Stroud for the season, so I don't mind it.
Yeah. Joe Mixon doesn't leave your lineup. Dude's a stud. Nico Collins doesn't leave your lineup. And the only other really option I guess would be, are you going to start Tank Dell?
I think I will. Kind of like
Okay.
C.J. Stroud, this might be kind of a prove it if Tank Dell's going to stay on my roster the rest of the season because he does have a rough one coming up. It's the playoffs, but I'll play Tank Dell in a positive matchup against the Jags.
Okay. And then you're not going to start Stover or Schultz, right? Better options.
You doing Tank Dell or Jerry Jeudy?
I think I go Jerry Jeudy, man. That's really weird to say, but
Tank Dell or Darnell Mooney?
oh, I'll go Tank. It's close, though. It's like a coin flip for me. I just think the Jags have a really bad defense, so
Yeah, I've got them back to back. That's what I was wondering.
yeah.
I think Texans take care, especially the lines move from 5 to 4. Give me the 4 points for the Texans.
Yeah, I think the Texans had a bad loss last week. I think they win this one handily.
I sure hope so. Otherwise, the Colts are going to still have playoff hopes, and we don't need that.
Dude.
Next up, we got the 6-5 Cardinals going against the 9-2 Vikings in Minnesota. 45-point
Playoff
over-under.
implications in this game, man.
100%. I mean, any NFC West game is
Yeah,
essentially.
seriously.
Minnesota's favored by 3.5 here. You want to start with Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm not starting Sam Darnold. I think he's more closer to QB2 than he is 1. Aaron Jones, I mean, he's still getting the work. It's not been efficient the past couple weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Still starting him though as like a lower end RB2. JJ, who had a really, really disappointing week, I think has a bounce back week this week for sure. And then I guess Jordan Addison, are you gonna chase that train?
I don't know if I want. I don't think you have to this week. I understand
Okay.
he's on a hot streak, so if you want to follow it up, I just think with the amount of players you probably have this week, you don't have to follow him. Would you rather do him or Tank Dell? 'Cause I'll take Tank Dell on this one, on that one.
Yeah, just because the Jags defense and Cardinals aren't like even better, but it's just
Michael Pittman without Josh Downs or Jordan Addison.
oh, he's got Christian Gonzalez on him, so I might go. What's it called? Jordan Addison.
That's an interesting situation in that one for sure.
Yeah.
Hawkinson, he's an easy play. Talk about top 6 tight end. That's where I'm at with him. Cardinal side, Kyler Murray. I mean, I've got him ranked up there, but like the Minnesota Vikings do not allow rushing yards to the quarterback. So if you're playing Kyler this week, you're banking on him winning with his arm.
Him or Anthony Richardson?
Woo! I think Richardson's, if you need the absolute ceiling play, if you're the dog, I take Richardson. Otherwise, I'll take Kyler for consistency.
All right. And then James Conner is healthy as a horse. Dude has not missed a game. You keep him in your lineup.
Yeah, absolutely disappointing game last week. 7 carries, 8 yards, but he got 41 through the air, catching all 5 of his targets. So
yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he's got. Yep. And then, again, tight end 1. Well, right? Is he tight end 1 or tight end 2? Is it McBride? He's got to be right there, neck and neck with Bowers.
From the scoring I'm looking at, I've got him at 3, but it's right there. He also hasn't caught a touchdown pass, so that'll also hit your overall score.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. My thoughts is exactly.
I think the Cardinals win this game.
Because they lost to the Seahawks this past week, I feel better about them winning. If they were coming into it on a 5-win
The Vikings
streak,
have just won all these games. Like they won against the Jaguars, even though they almost blew it. Like they've just been on these like tangent games of just like they're winning because of their defense, not because of Sam Darnold. So I just think the Cardinals pull this one off.
oh man, I've been struggled with my Vikings picks this year, but yeah, give me the Cardinals. I like it too, especially only at 3.5 points.
Yeah,
A little bit of chaos can be found there. Next up, oh boy. Remember the good old days, high schoolish time when like this was the epic matchup. The Colts and the Patriots, Brady and Manning just going at it. We were usually on the short end of the stick of that one, but we won a couple of them.
Brian, we're old.
Yeah,
we're very old. Yeah.
It's like my high school time. That's like, it's bad. Colts 5-7 going to the Foxborough at 3-9 Patriots. 42.5 point over under. Indy's favored by 2.5 here. Let's start with Indy. They're the better team. We like them more.
I'm starting Anthony Richardson this week. I think he's like last week. I know you see the numbers, but that he wasn't the reason why they lost. He had so many calls back on like great throws, and he's starting to utilize his legs more. I like Anthony Richardson this week.
It kills me how many I say excuses, but how many reasons we can find to like still have hope for Anthony Richardson. The amount of drops that there are, like you said, there was at least 60 plus yards of plays for him called back.
A drop touchdown.
Drop touchdown. He throws at a deeper ADOT than most guys. So like, there's so many reasons to like still have hope. But yeah, I'm down for it. I like to see the play of Richardson this week.
Jonathan Taylor. It's been really, really frustrating. Offensive line has been just when you have 3 starting rookies, that's the problem. So, I mean, you still start him though. He's still getting the workhorse type of back he is. And then Michael Pittman. Yes, I am starting him. And I'm going to start Adonai Mitchell.
Ooh, all right. Where are we starting Adonai Mitchell? I guess let's start with Addison. Starting him over Addison?
Yes, I think Adonai Mitchell gets a lot more run with Josh Downs being out.
All right. Roma Dunze.
Yes.
Xavier Legette.
Ooh, I might lean Legette.
Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Okay, let's stop there. Let's not be that ridiculous. Jesus.
I'm so tired of him being talked about. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
With him. Yeah, and then you don't talk about the Colts tight ends on the Patriots side.
They don't exist.
I don't mind as a decent floor play, but closer to
I don't mind it. Yeah. Ramondre, again, he's still getting the workhorse type of back, so he's started and receiving. If you had to pick one of the receivers, who are you starting this week? Who is going to blow up against on the Colts?
I like Pop Douglas most, especially in a PPR format. It's just the amount of targets he garners. I guess Pop Douglas or A.D. Mitchell.
A.D. Mitchell.
Okay. All right, and then Hunter Henry. He's like as fringy as you get as a tight end 1 this week. I like him more as a streamer this week. You don't have to stream, so yeah. Who wins?
I think we win, actually. Weird.
I think so too, because deep down I think I want the loss. But I think the Colts would disappoint me in a way to find a win. So let's take down the Patriots.
They're just going to keep toying on my heart to get us the playoff spot.
Next up, we got the 6-5 Seahawks going to the 3-8 Jets. 41.5 point over under. Seattle's favored by 2. Aaron Rodgers is just letting us know that he's going to play.
IR is not a thing.
Yeah. He has no control over what they decide in the front office. I can't keep
Dude, God, man. Does he stay? Is he going to be on the New York Jets next year?
No, he's gone.
Okay.
If they're actually they're a bad franchise, so they might keep him.
All right. So big news, Breece Hall. They had a bye week. He's on the injury report, so that's never good. Going off a bye week and then having an injured knee, so it's a little scary. Braylon Allen, how high does this man go if he just has the backfield to himself?
I mean, I wouldn't position him rankings wise much lower than I have Breece Hall. Like he's probably going to be a fringe RB1, RB2 this week.
All right, and then you're starting both Devontae and Garrett Wilson, correct?
Yeah, Garrett's the possession, or like he's going to be the higher volume guy. Devontae Adams, just the touchdown upside guy.
Okay, that's kind of where I'm at with the Jets. So
yeah, I'm good. I'm good to slide over to the Seattle Seahawks. Geno,
no, no. Kenneth Walker, who's been, I would consider him a steal of a draft. I think like where you got him and where he's been doing productive wise, I think he's a good steal. Starting him for sure. And then rank the receivers for me though.
I feel like I'm just dumb if I don't change my outlook and put JSN over DK, but I've right now in my rankings, I have them back to back. I've got DK 1 spot ahead of JSN. Funny enough, I've got DK, JSN, Garrett Wilson, and Adams all within 6 spots.
That's funny. That's actually pretty funny.
So, like, they're all just sitting there. I think JSN and Garrett Wilson are looked at in the same breath as far as like, just the volume guys, and then DK and Adams are, like, the big play touchdown guys.
So you like the over is what I'm hearing in this game.
God, please. Like, I feel like there's a few disappointment games upon us, and I hope this isn't one of them.
Yeah. Who wins?
Oh, sorry, we got to go to the next one. No, give me Seattle.
I think the Jets win.
Oh, God.
I love the chaos. I want them to win now just for the chaos.
Purely.
Yeah, purely.
Alrighty, next up we have it's the 3-8 Titans going to the 7-5 Commanders. 44.5 point over under. Washington's favored by 6. Will Levis is hoping to get a few wins just to keep him out of that top draft pick. Maybe he gets to live one more year.
Dude, Titans fans are probably like, they were probably like so excited to be the Texans, and they're just like, man, fuck. We just ruined our spot of trying to get another quarterback.
Right. Didn't think that one through.
Yeah. We'll start with the Titans side. I don't really want to start Will Levis. I know you've been on the train of like there's an outlook for it, but I just can't. I can't sit there and kind of like, look at myself in the mirror come playoff time like Will Levis is my starting quarterback.
QB1, no, but I'm very excited to have him as my second quarterback in a super flex league. Like if you're playing him as your QB2, I'm very excited about it. I guess that's where most of my leagues are super flex at this point.
I see where you're at with that. Yeah, I don't mind it for a super flex for sure. I would definitely be like, yeah, there's probably like I'd start like Will Levis over like Kirk Cousins for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
In that aspect of it. Tony Pollard, I think, is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, Tajay Spears will be back from the concussion, but I mean Tony Pollard's had a stranglehold on that backfield for most of the season, so I think that continues until otherwise.
And Calvin Ridley, who has been quietly just been putting up some serious numbers, he doesn't leave your lineup.
Yeah, one game, but it was a 50-yard touchdown called back in that one game since Hopkins has left. So yeah, I'm playing him for sure. Look, I'm not getting on the Nick Westbrook-Akine. I will say I'm probably going to put a anytime touchdown bet on him just so we can end this madness because I know he won't score then.
He's going to run out of luck for sure.
It has to. He just has to. Will Levis is his quarterback. Same thing with Okonkwo. Awesome 70-yard play, but you're not playing that either.
All right. Commander side, Jaden Daniels. I mean, like, he's been QB1 for the most of the season. I'm still starting him because of the upside of rushing. And then Brian Robinson, are you starting him or no?
If he plays, I guess I will. Because, I mean, Eckler's going to miss this game with the concussion. So it's either... Robinson's in, you're playing him. Do you feel pretty good about McNichols if Robinson misses?
No, I don't. Him or Rodriguez, I think it's going to be a crapshoot. So I would very much like to stay away.
All right, so we'll say Brian Robinson's out. You've got McNichols. You playing McNichols or... Amir Abdullah against KC.
Oh, gross. I guess Amir Abdullah. If Zamir White and Madison are out, for sure, Abdullah.
McNichols or Gus Edwards if the starters are out.
They're both the same. McNichols, I guess. It's gross. That's purely gross.
Yeah, I'd have fun with that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ertz, yeah, he's a stream guy. This isn't a streaming week. Everybody's playing, so you don't have to go that direction. A lot of garbage time his last 2 weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Who wins it?
Commanders win, but I don't think they cover the spread. They've just been really weird.
Yeah, 6 points is interesting against the Titans. The line's moved up, too, so even more fun to add to that.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of the 1 o'clock games, folks. Here comes the afternoon. It's the 5 and 6 Bucks playing against the 3 and 8 Panthers. It's a 46.5 point over under. Tampa Bay's favored by 6 points. Which I guess we'll dive into that later. But let's go with Tampa. Let's start with them because Baker Mayfield is just crushing it. Who wouldn't love Baker to be on their team if you don't have like the elite of the elite quarterbacks? Dude, just the taunting.
Oh yeah, he's great. I think he's like definitely a quarterback you can root for. I like how he talks shit.
Diving for the ball there. At the too. Oh my god, love it.
I think he's a fringe QB1 this week against this matchup. I like him. I like it a lot. I think Bucky is implemented the RB1 there. I think he took the throne last week.
Bucky right now rest of season schedule or rest of season like rankings. Bucky's up there like right there fringe like running back 12, running back 13. 14.
Yeah, he's definitely can have like a top 15 finish for sure with the schedule. You can start Rachaad White. Like I think there's like a flex play for him. I think he's still being utilized. It's just I think he's just a very much like an RB3 like type of finish, which is still like a flex option for you. So,
would you rather play him or oh my gosh, where did I have it? ETN.
Ooh, I'd probably say ETN.
Gus Edwards.
Oh, for sure, Rachaad White before Gus Edwards.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, it's Mike Evans and K. Dotton. I guess not.
Pass
catchers.
Yes, pass catchers, yes.
That's all I'm doing is for those two.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Other side, Young. Look, you played great. I'll give you that, but you're not making my roster even in Superflex. Not yet.
No, it's I want to. If he has another really good game, it's going to be one of those things where you kind of have to then add on a super flex league. He probably is added, but I'm saying like consideration. He's on a little bit of a burner. Chuba doesn't leave your lineup. Dude's been a stud all season long. Jonathan Brooks, sad noises, just sad noises. That's all I got. Rank the receivers for me though.
No, it's no point. No, I mean, Sanders should miss this game, so I think that helps out a little bit because we saw him 3 targets, 3 catches quickly in that first quarter of that game. So
yeah.
I just kind of worry about the target distribution here. Thielen's playing in there. You got Leggett. Coker missed last week, but if he's in this week, I just don't really want to mess with this game. Jamel Dean came back for the secondary at Tampa. There's probably other options you can pivot to.
I like Leggett and Thielen. If I had to rank him, I'd be 1-2 for me, and then the rest is just kind of meh.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Who wins the game?
Buccaneers. I think the Bucs are going to be on this roll to go for the playoff hunt.
I hope so. They deserve it. They're
Yeah.
the best 5-6 team we have out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Next up, we have the 5-6 Rams taking on the 4-7 Saints in New Orleans. 49-point over under. Rams are favored by 2.5. Lines moved just a little bit from 3 to 2.5. Over unders moved up. Let's start with the Saints because I think it's Taysom and Kamara, and you're done.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's hard to sit there and say like MVS, if he has another long touchdown and he's just it's funny because I just cut him for Braylon Allen, but I feel really good about that cut. But yeah, no, it's tough. Yeah, I think it's just Kamara and Taysom Hill, and the emphasis on Taysom Hill is extreme this week.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, MVS, he falls in that same boat. Nick Westbrook-Akine, Xavier Worthy, Cedric Tillman, Alec Pierce.
It's very boom, very, very bust.
Lots of bust. So Rams it is, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Stafford, I've got him QB2.
I don't want to start
exciting
him.
That really wants to break your lineup this week. Kyron Williams finally scores his rushing touchdown after a quiet 4 weeks on the ground with no rushing touchdown.
Yeah. Still starting him.
Yeah, great matchup for him.
Yeah. Cooper and Puka. That's really it. I mean, I can't think of other options because Demarcus Robinson decided to go 100 miles an hour and get a Dewey. So he's going to be missing this game possibly.
Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot. There goes those best ball shares. Last little bit of sprinkling there in the playoffs.
I know, right? I was gonna say I have a good amount of healthy shares of him too in best ball.
Oh, there that goes. And then just like the tight ends over there, well, I guess Taysom Hill, we don't count him, but yeah, you're not. Was it Allen, Parkinson?
Yeah, Parkinson and Allen are the tight ends for the Rams, and they are just. It's just that Stafford doesn't see them.
No, McVay, he's got other things to worry about, like wide receivers and running backs. Who wins the game?
I think the Saints do. I believe in their head coach, dude. I'm a big believer in the Saints head coach.
You're a Rizzler, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Rizzler.
Oh man, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. Line's moving, but I'm gonna hold tight with them. I think that they want to stay in this NFC race, which
I do like that idea because that NFC West finish will be very, very interesting. Come the last 2 weeks of the season, where it's super heavily implicated on a lot of those wins and losses. So yeah, I'm okay with that too. But I think the Saints win.
All right, folks, buckle up. This is the last of the afternoon games, and this should be the good one. Please don't disappoint. 9-2 Eagles going into Baltimore, playing the 8-4 Ravens. 51.5-point over/under. Baltimore's favored by 3. Let's go.
Dang, it's a lot of. I mean, let's start with the Ravens side. Lamar, yes. I mean, it's a good matchup for him. Derrick Henry, still yes, even though the Eagles have a really good D line, still starting him no matter what. Zay Flowers, where is he at in your rankings?
Oh man, he's that low end wide receiver too for me. He has that possibility, catching a touchdown, a big play to kind of splash up a little higher. But at the same point, you need to understand that those duds games are there. The over under says it should be a good game for him. The Eagles defense, the way they've been playing, it should be a trap game. So I'm willing to throw him out there. I guess where's that line for you on Flowers?
He's a low end wide receiver too. I'm still starting him. They're going to need a lot of heavy offense to move the ball with the Ravens. So yeah, I'm still starting him. Rashad Bateman.
No. I get he had a 40-yard touchdown last week. There could be a big play here for him, but
what's he ranked on the season? I'm just curious because he has to be like actually somewhat decent.
Wide receiver 27 on the season.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's got 5 touchdowns, so that definitely beats. He's only had 1 game above 4 catches, and it was 6. So
that's a flex option. You got to consider it.
I mean, over half his games, he's had over 45 yards, so it's deep enough leagues. He falls again in that same MVS boat.
I got you.
The big blow up guys.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, it's not.
It's hilarious.
It's frustrating.
Mark Andrews, yes.
Frustrating.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I'm a little late on that one. But yeah, Mark Andrews, absolutely. You finally changed your tune. You're on team Mark Andrews again, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's picked it up. I'm happy.
He's tight end.
A lot of best ball stocks.
5, I think. Yeah.
Great. Love it.
Absolutely crushing it.
And then the 4 Eagles, I mean, it's going to be the same. We always say it. There's no change in it. It's Hurts, Saquon, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith, and that's really it. There's no like Q options elsewhere.
No, yeah, not even Goddard. No thanks.
Yeah.
Who wins it?
I think the Eagles win. I think they go into Baltimore and win.
Yeah, probably actually.
Yeah. I think the Eagles are like neck and neck. I don't know if you're on like the whole TikTok sphere, but there's an Eagles fan and a Lions fan that are just down each other's throats right now, and it's hilarious. So like I am very much rooting for an Eagles Lions just purely for that entertainment.
Yeah. But then there's my hatred for Sirianni, my love for the Ravens.
Oh, I hate I mean, Eagles fans, if they could fire Sirianni right now, they would. They wouldn't even think about it twice. They just get him out of here.
They'd win the Super Bowl with him this year, and they'd still fire him.
And they'd still fire him. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, if that, I'm cool with that. If that's
I'm cool with it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the Ravens. 3 and 3. Okay. It's hard to put the spread on the Eagles, but I still think I'd do that because I think it's pretty close. Wow. We had this one circled back in the preseason. Not no mo. We got the 5 and 6 Niners going to Buffalo. 9 and 2 Bills. It's a 44-point over under. Bills are favored by 7. Over under's dropping a little bit. Weather's supposed to be raunchy for this one.
Yeah.
Scares me. It definitely scares me for some of these plays.
We'll start with the 49ers. Brock Purdy did throw in practice, but it was just like very light throws, so not sure where he's at. I don't know if he's gonna play. I'm gonna go on the assumption he plays. So let's just do that. Christian McCaffrey doesn't leave your lineup. I know it was a disappointing week last week, but if it's a snowy game, they're gonna try to run the ball, and Christian McCaffrey is still a good runner. If that's the case too, Debo should get a little more oomph in the run game as well. I know it's been disappointing with him, but I'm still starting him.
You're starting him regardless of situation,
Yeah, I'm still starting
no Purdy, weather, no weather.
Yeah, I think because with the I think even if it's a bad weather game, it's still they have to figure out how to use them. So yes.
You would have thought that last week when they didn't have anybody to throw the ball to him, and yet he's still.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll change it. They'll change their tune. And Juwan Jennings,
Brian Thomas Jr. or Debo.
Oh, I'm a big Brian Thomas Jr. guy, so you can't do that to me. Yeah.
Juwan Jennings is actually the first wide receiver I think I'd start.
Yes.
In this, if the weather is that bad, I would be okay with the pivot to Debo just because of, like you said, on the ground game, there's this possibility. But I've been up in Orchard Park for one of these snow games. I was there for the Shady McCoy snow game.
Oh, really? That's sick. I'm jealous.
It's not. I wasn't. It went to overtime. We were pissed. I was like, I'm ready to go home. Just let us lose already. But yeah, those games get wild with that much snow up there. So I am hesitant. George Kittle, snow or no snow? Are you playing him?
Yeah, I'm still starting him.
Have you realized his dominance? He's only had 1 game this year that he hasn't the tight end 7 or above, and he was tight end 10.
Yeah, I did notice that he had like a crazy finish like that. So yeah,
let's get it. Josh Allen, he's an easy play. Rain or snow or no snow, I'm playing him.
Doesn't matter.
Same with James Cook.
Yep.
If it's snowy enough, Ray Davis might get a little bit of work. I don't think we're playing him, but I'd love to roster him at this point.
Yeah. And then Khalil Shakir is who I am probably going to play.
Weather's bad enough. Are you still playing him? Like if you have the
Yeah,
pivot option of like Tillman or Elijah Moore,
I'm still going to play Shakir.
Cooper?
If the weather's bad, no. If the weather's fine, I'm going to play Cooper. And same with Keon Coleman. I like if you're going to gamble, like there's a 33% chance that one of these is going to go off, and I think you can feel comfortable with that. Like I'd start all three of them.
Would you start all three of them over Kincaid?
Kincaid is out in practice this week, so he might not play.
So I guess that's a yes then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kincaid's been such a disappointment for us this season.
Yeah.
It's been bad. Bills, do they win by 7 or do they?
If Brock Purdy isn't playing, yes. If Brock Purdy's playing, he keeps it close.
I think they get the 7 no matter what.
Really? Okay. I can see it though too. I think they're a very good team.
Niners.
Yeah.
Last up, Monday Night Football. It's the 3-8 Browns going to Denver to play the 7-5 Broncos. 42-point over/under. Denver's 5.5 favorites. I get it. The Browns look like they've got this great defense, but looking back since Jameis has taken over, they are dead last against points for the quarterback and the wide receiver. I think they're third worst. So I've got no problem with Bo Nix. I absolutely love Bo Nix this week.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to, man. The dude's just dealing right now, and he's definitely competing for that Rookie of the Year candidate. So, definitely like the chances. We'll start with the Broncos here. Running backs. Are you going to start Javonte Williams?
Oh, funny. I was going to ask you. Are you going to start Javonte Williams?
Crazy. That's why I asked first.
Yeah, I don't want to. Again, nobody's on bye. Let's pivot elsewhere, especially it's a Monday night game.
Yeah, I mean, we've been pivoting a lot for a lot of these guys, so. We do have to start some of them. I don't mind Javonte this week. I guess if he's I think he's like their RB24, so I don't mind it.
He's the one you're considering out of the bunch, though, correct? Just Javonte.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
Same there. Would you play Javonte Williams or Jeremy McNichols without Brian Robinson?
Javonte Williams. I hate Jeremy McNichols. So.
Tanks Bigsby or Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Amir Abdullah or Javonte Williams.
It's going to be Javonte Williams, so.
Okay, I guess we're not pivoting as much as I thought.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, you're not pivoting from him.
Dude's been
awesome.
Stud. Devon Vele.
I hope I don't want I don't want to. I'd probably rather go MVS.
Wow, must be nice.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'd rather go like MVS. I'd rather go Cedric Tillman? Would I go that far?
I like Vele, actually. I think he's going to start to get a little more run with the offense, so I like him. And with Bo Nix dealing, kind of hard not to ignore it.
I guess, but like wide receiver, 24, 39, 19 over the last 3 weeks as he's kind of integrated more into the offense. Hasn't killed you 11, 8, and 11 points, so
yeah,
you need something. He's there.
Yep.
On the other side, Jameis Winston's going to Jameis Winston, so if you shoot for the moon, I guess it's there, but I'd like to pivot away from him.
Yeah. Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb or Javonte Williams?
Nick Chubb.
Oh, God. I don't know. I really don't know. I think I've got him back-to-back here. It's rough. Jerry Jeudy's the wide receiver I want to own.
Yep.
Or I want to play. I don't really want to play the other two guys right now.
Yeah, and then Njoku. I like Njoku.
Yeah, he's top 8 play for me this week.
Yep.
I know he only had the 1 catch last week on the 5 targets, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do the Broncos win, and do they cover the 5.5?
I think the Browns upset them.
God, of course they would just come out here and play spoiler. Is Jameis Winston going to win Comeback Player of the Year?
No. I don't. What are the odds? Who's in contention for that?
JK was, but I think he's kind of fallen out of it at this point.
I think JK. No, I think JK does. If JK gets 1,000 yards rushing, I think it's JK.
It's because we love the story, though. I think that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Alrighty. Wow, we did it.
We did it.
We did it, folks. If you didn't have a big plate yesterday, you certainly had a big one here. We can't thank you enough making it through all the way the 12 games here on the Week 13 slate. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Come back for us. Next week, we've got all the shows for you, the live stream. If you're looking for more of me, it's at @too_much_Brian on Twitter, @too_much_Brian everywhere else. And, of course, if you're looking for more of this guy, where do you find him at?
I'm on X at FFAM BMulk, and then I'm on the Fantasy Football Advice Network Facebook group page.
Yeah, all answering all your questions, helping you out throughout the week. But folks, it's time for us to get out of here. We got to roll out. Longer episode than normal, but we made it. See ya.